All right, hey, thanks for joining us. We're Trenny and C. He's Trenny.
I'm Trenny. This is C.
Happy to have you here. We do whiskey reviews, we do cocktail videos, we do unboxings, we do all kinds of crazy whiskey stuff if you didn't already know that. One other thing we do is we rate whiskey, or we score whiskey. So if you want to know how to rate whiskey, it's very simple. You got to do one thing. You got to go to scoremywhiskey.com.
That's exactly right. Go to scoremywhiskey.com and you rate your whiskey based on color, nose, finish, taste, and viscosity.
That's right. We've got 5 factors. Those are the 5 factors, the specific items, the most important things to look at when you're scoring a whiskey. It could be a bourbon, could be a Scotch, could be Irish, Canadian. Doesn't really matter.
Taiwanese.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Doesn't really matter. You're going to score it the same way. So when you go to scoremywhiskey.com, it's going to look like this. You're going to have the little opening page with nice little Trenny and C. Look, he's kind of got his head on my shoulder. It's kind of weird, but I don't know why he did that, but it's cool. You're quickly going to log in. Well, in the first case, you're going to create a profile, but in our case, you're going to log in. It's instantly going to take you to this inventory. There are hundreds of whiskeys that have already been scored, and you can either click on one of those and score it yourself, or you can go down to the bottom here and you can add a rating. If the whiskey that you want to score hasn't already been entered in, you're just going to add it right here. You're going to give it a score out of 10 for color, a score out of 10 for nose, a score out of 10 for viscosity, finish, and taste. So basically, and then what it'll do after you hit contribute rating, you just click right there, it's going to tabulate that score and it's going to enter it in. So for example, when you go into one of these here, I'll just show you what it's going to look like. Let me find one to go into.
It's kind of like a Whiskipedia, is what I would like to call it.
That's exactly what it is, a Whiskipedia.
Patent pending.
So we've gone into J.P. Weiser's Union 52 Canadian Whiskey, and you can see it's got the picture of the whiskey here, shows what I rated it, shows specifically color, nose, taste, finish, and viscosity, shows what Trenny rated it, and then it's got a little comment here. In this case, it says, this is a beautiful, unique blend of 16-year-old Weiser's Canadian rye with 52-year-old Highland malt from Scotland. It's as delicious as it sounds. Actually, more so. So you could go in, if you have Discuss, which is a common commenting platform on the internet, then you can enter in your comments what you think about that whiskey. If not, you can go in and get yourself a profile through Discuss. It only takes a few seconds. But basically what you can do is, once you're on here, you can use this site to check out other scores for whiskeys, decide if you want to buy them or not.
Absolutely.
You can do your scores and see what we've entered in for the score on a whiskey.
It's a good platform to start those kind of conversations, whether things are really worth buying or if they're not, and what to look out for, because different markets have different price values. Mm-hmm. It's a good discussion-based website.
And you can also match, because there's pictures on here, you can match what you're looking at on the shelf to what's being rated here, so you can make sure you've got the right bottle. So all in all, we want you to check it out. We want you to try it, see if you like it, and we'd love to get your comments on whether it's working for you. You know, people have said that our scale, because our scale isn't out of 100. Our scale only goes up to 33.33. So some people say, oh, that's weird. I'm used to this 1 out of 100 scale. But a lot of people, a lot of reviewers, they pick a number out of 100. Oh, it feels like a 92, or it feels like a 76.
That's right. And basically what it is every single category that we rate these on is weighted a little bit differently. Color and viscosity are rated a little bit, have a little bit less weight, because color can be messed with.
Yeah, you can manipulate color in whiskey in a lot of cases, so it shouldn't have the same value as, say, taste, which is like the most important thing about a whiskey. So that being said, you know, the Richter scale isn't out of 100 either, but everybody knows what that is and everybody uses it. So this is kind of like the Richter scale of whiskey.
That's right. I mean, when you're rating a whiskey 1 out of 100 and you are using color as one of your parts, color's not the thing that gets you drunk. So it should be rated a little bit less, maybe.
Anyway, give it a try. It's scoremywhiskey.com. We'll probably have it along the bottom here for the whole video.
Yeah.
Again, we want your feedback. Does it work for you? Do you like it? Any suggestions or ideas, we're open to those. And we hope it works for you and it's something that you can use when you're trying to decide on whether to buy a whiskey.
So, cheers, whiskey researchers. Glad to have you a part of the Trenny and C growing family.
Subscribe and check out some of our other videos. Cheers.
Delicious.